What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Betancourt from TalkingAboutGames.com and the Post Game Report podcast. As always, thank you for viewing my videos, and if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe and like the video if you like it. So, I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront. This is a beta. This is not the full retail version of the game. It is published by EA. The developers is Pandemic Studios. The beta itself doesn't give you a lot of variety as far as maps and game types, but as I stated, it's a beta. So it's meant to test out certain aspects, mainly the multiplayer servers and things of that sort. Now, as far as visual quality, gameplay, etc., I'm really liking it. I'm really liking this Star Wars Battlefront beta. Visually, it looks really freaking impressive, as you can see by the video. Now, whenever you import a video, a gameplay video straight from the PlayStation 4, its highest resolution is going to be 720p. This beta is actually in 900p, so I know there are a lot of people who like to talk about resolution. Some certain PlayStation or Sony executives have come out in the past and said 1080p or die, things of that sort, things that guys in that position shouldn't be talking about. For example, Phil Spencer, Larry Herb, or Yuhei Yoshida, those guys should leave resolution, sales, just focus on the product, the games, their overall plan, and just leave all of this fuel, this fanboy fuel, in the back burner. Because whenever an executive speaks of resolution or frames per second, there are people who are going to hold them to this. So Star Wars Battlefront is 900p on the PlayStation 4. Supposedly it's at a lower resolution on the Xbox One. So because of all that information that has been reported, and I don't even know if this is going to be the final resolution, or the Xbox One really is holding a lower resolution than the PlayStation 4. PC, of course, if you can afford better hardware and a really good performing PC, you're going to get possibly 4K. From what I heard, because I don't own a PC, so I don't know, but the capabilities are there if you own the right system on a PC, on a personal computer. Gameplay-wise, for Battlefront, it feels a lot like Battlefield. It feels a lot like Battlefield 4, and of course, it's using the same engine, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, from that perspective, it feels very familiar. You're going to pick it up. You're going to get right to it. The controls aren't extremely complicated. It's pretty straightforward. Run, shoot, go to an objective. At least in this beta. I don't know how the full retail version is going to be. And then, from a visual standpoint, the Battlefield 4 video game looked great. It looked really great. So, from a visual standpoint, I'm not surprised that Star Wars Battlefront looks really sharp. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you'll understand that the soundtrack for all the movies are a crucial, not crucial, but it goes hand in hand with the visuals and the story of the whole Star Wars universe. Battlefront's not going to disappoint. The iconic sounds from the guns, the music, the overall ambiance of the Star Wars universe is represented at 100% in Star Wars Battlefront. You're not going to be disappointed. If you love the soundtrack for the Star Wars movies, you're definitely going to love what they did, Pandemic Studios did with Battlefront. What I'm playing here is a co-op mission. So, along with somebody else, I can sit down and play what you would consider horde mode, something that was, or terrorist hunt from the Rainbow Six series. So you can actually play via internet co-op or couch co-op, what they call, where somebody is sitting next to you and you can do split screen. Pretty cool. I haven't tried it yet. What you're seeing here is me playing solo. I don't want to say I'm playing by myself, because some of you guys might get the wrong idea. I don't know when the beta is going to end. I know they extended it. So maybe I'll hop on, try to play a few games on the internet. I did try to play a multiplayer game, and by the time I got into a match, it was halfway through. My team was losing to begin with, and I was getting destroyed, so there was nothing to be proud of with that. Now, in the video game front, throughout the industry, we have a lot of news, we have a lot of gossip, we have a lot of speculation, especially with one of the bigger titles coming out this year, especially on the, I've been saying especially a lot, but on the Xbox front, we have Halo 5 coming out in a few weeks, on the 27th of October. To me, that is a huge deal because I am a Halo fan. I'm a Halo fan, excuse me. And some people I know already have a review copy. So, for some odd reason, Microsoft and 343 Studios are allowing people to stream a certain amount of gameplay for Halo 5. Now, that's great for my friends. You know, for those who received a review copy, they deserve it. And they deserve to review it. They deserve to play it. But from a perspective, from a fan's perspective, I'm someone who has invested a lot of time in the Halo franchise. I've been involved in the Halo community for many years. Not as much lately in the last 3 years, but I put a lot of time into Halo. So much so that my son became a fan of the Halo franchise. I personally do not like the fact that we're seeing a bunch of streams, that we're seeing the first 30 minutes of Halo 5. And we're talking about campaign, we're not talking about multiplayer, because I can watch all the multiplayer matches for Halo 5, but the fact is, my experience during multiplayer for Halo 5 is going to be a lot different than it is for the person streaming it. So in that sense, I don't really care. But when you're talking about 30 minutes of the opening campaign, why? Why are we watching the opening cutscenes? Why are we watching the story unfold via stream? I just don't understand that. I'm a fan. So naturally, my first instinct is going to be like, all right, let me, I'm very curious. Let me see what the visuals are going to look like. How everything is going to be set as far as tempo. Let me check this out. Because I'm such a freaking fan, my curiosity takes the best of me. And I did watch about 5 minutes. A friend of mine, Dust Storm from podtacular.com. I watched some of his stream. And then I had to turn it off after 5 minutes because I couldn't believe that the entire first 30 minutes of Halo 5 was out there. Why? Why spoil it? I just don't understand the strategy. Now, I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan. And this baffles me. Because you're spoiling it. That is like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan as well. If someone was streaming on Twitch the first 30 minutes of Star Wars, the new Star Wars that's coming out in December, I would be pissed off. And I would go to whoever is in charge of that, whatever genius came up with that method, that strategy. I would go to their house and smack them. Because as a Halo fan, I've been waiting many years for the conclusion of Halo 5. We've all heard that 343 stated from Halo 4 to Halo 6, we're going to get this epic trilogy. We're going to get a conclusion to Master Chief and so on and so on. So this is part 2 of a trilogy that is supposed to be extremely crucial to one of the most iconic video game characters in recent memory. And I'm talking about John 117, aka the Master Chief. So, why do I want to see 30 minutes on a Twitch stream of one of the most anticipated games, for me anyway, in the last 3 years? Now, I know I don't have to watch it, but the fact that it's out there, and it's not just one individual, there's many individuals out there streaming this thing, and I just don't understand it. Why? Now, on the post-game report, which you can find on iTunes, we were talking about the strange promotion campaign for Halo 5. At one point last year, we had this interesting little teaser where a bullet was flying through the air and it was going through a visor, and it was going through Master Chief's visor. And that was pretty intriguing. I was a little intrigued as to why they were doing it so early. And then there was another small teaser, then there was another commercial with Locke, Spartan Locke. And then there was nothing for about 4 or 5 months. Then we're getting live action commercials. We recently got a glimpse of a gameplay advertisement, or an advertisement with gameplay. Excuse me, I'm a little freaking distracted and pissed off. Not truly pissed off, but aggravated. With Halo 2, Halo 3, we got some of the best promotion or some of the best advertisements for a video game I've ever seen. Especially Halo 3. It was so dramatic, so iconic. The music, the way they did it with action figures, and you had this very spooky piano going on. With Halo 2, you couldn't get away from Halo. With Halo 2, before Halo 2 came out, you couldn't turn the corner and not see some type of poster or billboard with Halo on it. So, I just don't understand. And granted, I'm no freaking marketing genius, so I don't understand what the method, what the strategy is with Halo 5, because now they're showing you 30 minutes, and who knows how much they're allowed to stream. People are out there spoiling it for you. And as a fan, I don't understand that. I want, as a fan, if I were in charge of advertising Halo, and maybe this is what they're doing, maybe they're using Twitch and people live streaming the campaign, 30 minutes of the campaign, to promote Halo 5, but why? We're talking about Microsoft. We're talking about, Mr. Deep Pockets, aka Microsoft. Why does Halo 5 need help with live streaming with 30 minutes, giving away 30 minutes of a critical campaign, part of a trilogy that is supposed to determine the fate of one of my favorite characters in video games? And this is just me talking. This is just me giving an opinion. I know you're watching Battlefront right now, Star Wars Battlefront, but I'm talking about Halo. And this is just my opinion. But I just find it really weird. I don't know about you. Maybe you could leave me a comment in the comment section as to whether you agree or disagree with me. If I'm over-exaggerating. I try not to be one of those freaking complainers on YouTube that depends on drama to gain some hits. So I do apologize if I'm coming off that way. If you watch my videos, if you subscribe, you'll totally understand that I'm not like that. But maybe you're not aware of how big of a Halo fan I am, and this truly bothers me. But anyway, that's enough of that. When October 27th comes around, I'm going to play Halo 5, and I'm going to love it. I'm sure I'm going to love it. But let me know in the comment section if you're planning on picking up Halo 5, if you're going, or if you're playing the Star Wars Battlefront Beta. And, as always, I thank you for viewing my videos. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and leave me a thumbs up. So until next time, I'm Jose Betancourt. Talk to you soon.